Hi guys, so my name's Natasha and I have PKU. So I don't even know where to start. PKU, also Phenylketonuria. It is something that's diagnosed at birth with the heel prick Guthrie test. Basically what it means is I was born missing an enzyme in my liver that allows me to break down an amino acid called phenylalanine, and not being able to break down that certain amino acid, if I have foods that are high in protein, the phenylalanine can build up in the bloodstream and go to the brain, and it can cause brain damage and all sorts. I was very lucky that I was diagnosed and born when I was. I remember my gran telling me that when she found out that I actually had PKU, only a couple of years before that, the diagnosis was like a death sentence, really, because there was no real quality of life. When you were diagnosed with it, you were essentially physically and mentally handicapped, you know. I've seen some of the videos and it's just awful what it could have ended up like. And as a child I was very good, so the whole low protein diet, meaning I can't eat anything with meat, fish, eggs, bread, dairy, nuts, nothing high in protein. A lot of my meals consist of carbohydrates, so normally potatoes. I can't even have normal pasta. I have to order pasta and bread and such from the pharmacy, which, don't get me started on the whole issue of PKU used to be on the list of those that were medically exempt for pain prescriptions, considering, you know, half of our food is on prescription and we have medication that we have to take daily for life. But no, we were removed from that list, so I have to pay £10 a month to get as many prescriptions as I need because I'm on a lot of medication right now. As a child I was really good with my diet and my medication. I always took it, and it was just something, you know, it was a natural thing that you just did. But you know, as you get older and you start to be a teenager, be a bit more moody, I don't know, I hated being different from everybody else. They used to tell me, oh, it makes you special and stuff. It's like, I don't want to be special, I just want to be normal. I want to be able to go to like one of my friends' birthday parties or go out for a meal or to the cinema with my friends and be able to eat the same things that they're eating, not have to take medication with me where I was going and whatnot. I mean, to be honest, I probably should have been taking my medication to school, but they change your medication a lot when you're growing up, because some of the stuff that is suitable for you when you're a child isn't necessarily suitable for you as you're becoming a teenager and a young adult. I was on it's like a powder-based medication called Maximade when I was little, and that changed to Maximum as I got older. It was the same basic thing. So you had this powder, you would put it in the jug and mix it up with water, and it was flavourless. It was disgusting. And always, as you seem to get to the end of these medications, it doesn't matter which one it is, it's always really horrible and powdery, and it just makes you want to vomit. And the only tablet option that is available is have to take 92 tablets a day, and I'm barely good at taking like antibiotics when I've got them because I can't swallow tablets very well. So that's just not an option for me. I have to do the drinks. They changed me from this Maximum, and it got to the point where I was used to it now, when I just, on a night time, I'd have a sports bottle of that and a sports bottle of Coke, drink it as the night goes on. And then they decided to change it to these 3 flavoured drinks a day that were like these little pouches about this big, and they're like, yeah, you know, you can just swig it in one go kind of thing. It's like, that's all well and good, but trying to add flavour to something like that. It wasn't good. So I'd started something called Low Flex, and I tried all the flavours, and the berry was disgusting. So I was on the citrus flavour, and they decided it might be easier to try and take my old medication, the maximum, with me when we were going on holiday. And after having been trying this new medication, I now couldn't handle my old medication because it was disgusting again. And there was just no win. And from that point on, I think I was about 14, I didn't start taking my medication properly again until in the last year or two. And I'm 31 now, so there has been some damage for not taking my medication. I also have a little cousin, and she's currently in her 20s, and I also have my other cousin's child, who is only 2.5, nearly 3, and she has PKU as well. They both do, which it's unheard of. 3 people in the same family with PKU. It's just insane. I suppose the mistakes that I've made with my PKU, I want to be able to help them with it so that they know not to make the same mistakes that I did. Obviously, it's been over a decade of me not taking my medication properly, still sticking to the low protein diet though, which was worse for me in the long run. It probably would have been better if I'd come off diet altogether, but a lot harder to get back on diet if I had done that. So I am deficient in B12 now. I have to get B12 injections every 12 weeks. When it comes to the point when I'm due my B12 injections, I am so lethargic and lack concentrations. I have to work from home for my job during that time because by the time I've travelled to work, I don't have the energy in me for the day. I have to take something called Adcal, which is a vitamin D and calcium tablet, twice a day. It's just a little chewable tablet, so it's not that bad. But it has taken me a while to get that into my routine at the moment. I have to take on top of that a multivitamin every day that's got vitamin D and folic acid in it, just to, keep me topped up. I have osteoporosis. I was diagnosed at 25, so a 25-year-old with osteoporosis, it's very young to have a condition like that. And honestly, I'm probably going to end up in a care home when I'm 60 because I won't be able to move because of my osteoporosis without severe pain. And that's on me. I've done that to myself, and I don't want the same to happen to other people with PKU. So I know when you're young, you think you know better and I'm too busy, I've got work, I've got school, I've got this, I've got that. Take your medication, stick to the diet. It's so much better for you in the long run. Currently, still hadn't been, they've been asking me to send weekly bloods in for 2-3 years now, and I've only just started doing it in the past month or 2. And my excuse for not doing it was I was getting married in September, so that was a thing that took up a lot of my time, and I couldn't get into the routine of doing these bloods. So at the moment, I'm in a really good place at the moment. PKU, it doesn't have to limit you in your life. I did college 3 times. I've done university twice. It doesn't matter because it takes a while to find yourself, even as a normal teenager, young adult, to figure out what it is you want to do in life. And PKU hasn't stopped me, basically. And anyone who is just getting a diagnosis for their child and is panicking, don't worry, there is such a world of support out there for you on Facebook. There are loads of groups. The NSPKU, they're brilliant. You'll have your dietitians and your consultants, amazing. And I mean, I have not done as I'm told, obviously, and that might come back to bite me later in life. And I do struggle with things at the moment, but I'm 31 years old. I have a first class honours degree, and I am married, and it's amazing, you know. I have a great job. I work in the NHS, and that's brilliant, and I love my job. It hasn't stopped me from taking on new challenges. I do a lot of performing, singing, dancing. It doesn't have to stop you from living your life at all. My husband and I are currently at the point where I'm trying to get my levels down to start a family. So on a normal day, your phenylalanine levels are, as an adult, you're supposed to be in the range between 500 and 600, and with not taking my medication properly, my phenylalanine levels have been over 1,000 for over 10 years. And I started the process of getting my life together in the past year, trying to get my levels down, and it was hard to do that and get myself into a routine where I was taking my new medication, which is PKU Air. I used to take 3 a day, and getting myself into that routine, working it into my work routine, making sure I still take it on a weekend or on days off, and then trying to get the vitamin D in there as well as the multivitamin. I managed to get my levels a bit further down and started discussing what I need to do to get them down to a level for pregnancy. So in order to get pregnant, you need to have levels below 360, and you have to maintain those for an entire month before you can stop any contraceptive and start trying for children. Trying for children is going to be complicated enough for me anyway because of the osteoporosis. It's worst in my hips. Therefore, I may have to have a planned C-section, but all of the GP can say is, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So if you've got a good GP who understands your PKU as well, you are so lucky, because since I've moved house, my GP doesn't know what PKU is. They keep mistaking me for having celiac disease. So that's always entertaining. But anyway, regarding my levels and trying to get them down to get pregnant, I started making a weekly PKU food diary. I record all of my food in there, my breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, my medication that I've taken, and I record my blood results on a weekly basis. I'm going through, and I've been doing that for about 4 weeks now. And they also, about 2 weeks ago, upped my PKU Air, so I now take 4 of those a day to try and help get the levels down. And I've been getting texts, and it's all been really great, really positive. Last week my results were something like 470 something, which was amazing, because only 100 or so off what I needed to get pregnant. And I got a call from my dietitian today. I send bloods in every Saturday, so I normally get a call Wednesday, Thursday. My dietitian actually phoned me today, and she just said to me she was so excited she had to call me. My phenylalanine levels are now down to 213, and honestly I couldn't stop myself from crying when I was on the phone to her, and crying when I was telling my mum, because I can't believe how quickly those levels have come down. All I need to do now is keep doing what I'm doing, maintain that for a month, and then I can start trying for a family, which is just, it's something I never thought that I'd be able to do. Oh God, and I'm just so thankful for that. And I'm a bit sad that my gran isn't here to see this, because she passed away at the beginning of this year, and she would have been so proud of the progress that I've made. But to all of you with PKU, you're not alone. you're never alone. And if anyone with PKU ever wants to talk, please feel free to message me. I can help you with anything. If you want PKU food diaries, I'll send you a copy. If you want advice on alternative foods to try and keep your protein levels down, I mean, I'm on a very low tolerance. I'm only allowed 5.5 exchanges a day, and I'm not a candidate for Soprobritin, so that's just not an option for me. But let's make the journey together. We can make it. Thank you.